Roadrunner fans, and welcome to another season of the Coach's Corner, the show that keeps you up to date on MSU Denver sports. We're here in the Tivoli Tap House, and we're happy to work with them again here in year 2. So come on down where they have great food and great beer and great hosts. I'm Celeste, Zubia, and joining me is Juan Arellano. Juan, how excited are you to start this 2017-2018 season?
So I'm really excited to be calling some soccer games over there at the Regency Athletic Complex, and also to be watching volleyball kill it once again this year at the Arellano Event Center. And I'm just excited overall for this year and all the sports.
Yeah, we're back at it. I'm so excited. So who do we have on today's show?
So first up, we have Dr. Anthony Grant, our athletics director, and then we have the reigning regional coach of the year, Jenny Glenn, and then we have middle blocker, Stephanie Laraway.
What a fantastic way to start the first episode of the Coach's Corner. But before we bring in Dr. Anthony Grant, let's get you guys caught up on all the Roadrunner news. We have a new baseball coach here after 6 great seasons under Jared Otis. Ryan Stray now joins the Roadrunner family after spending the last 7 seasons as an assistant head coach at the University of Southern Illinois.
After a fantastic 2017 spring season where both of his teams won conference championships, tennis head coach Daniel Hongstafer now heads to the state of Michigan to be the head coach of Division II Ferris State. We wish Daniel the best of luck and thank him for his 4 great seasons with us here in downtown Denver.
Another coaching change, this time coming from the women's golf, where Ben Porty has moved up to the Division I ranks to lead the women's program at the University of Northern Colorado. Porty won 2 RMAC championships in 4 years here at MSU Denver, and we wish him the best in Greeley.
One more coaching change, and that comes from volleyball, where assistant coach Bobby Blanken has taken the head coaching job at fellow RMAC school Colorado Christian. Blanken spent 3 years with the Roadrunners and was a big part of the team's fantastic 2016 season, leading the team all the way to the Sweet 16.
All right, so now we welcome in Dr. Anthony Grant, the athletic director here at MSU Denver. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Glad to be here.
Yeah.
So you begin year 3 here for the athletics program. How fast has the first 2 years flown by?
It's been a whirlwind. You know, I feel like it was just yesterday when I was stepping foot on campus for the first time, and now I look back 2 years in, getting ready for year number 3. I'm just excited to get this thing rolling. There's been a lot of change going on, but it's all been for the good. And you know, if the first 2 years fly by the next 5, 10, however, you know, it'll be a blink of an eye before I retire from here. Who knows? We'll see what happens.
So a lot of our fans out there don't know what it takes to be an athletic director of a university like MSU Denver, especially during the summer. But if they look at the coaching changes at roadrunnersathletics.com, you could say it was a busy summer for you and your crew.
You can definitely say that. Yeah, I think that's really what the whole summer entailed, was hiring coaches. We had a lot of very high quality coaches move on to the next stage in their career, and so as a result of that, we had to fill their shoes, and that's what we've been doing all summer. You know, we take this very seriously. You know, we're only as good as our people.
Yeah.
So it's not something that we want to rush, and as we move forward, we're very selective about the individuals that we bring into our team, and you know, they're role models for our student athletes. So not only do we expect them to win at a high level, but we want to make sure that they're going to be the right people to help us develop moving forward. So it's a long process, and it's taken all summer to do that, and we still have 2 more positions outstanding that we're looking to hire.
So kind of backing off of Juan's questions, you know, in the past year you've hired, you know, a new women's soccer coach, new men's basketball coach, and now a new baseball coach. So how has the coaching searches gone for you, and like what's that process kind of like?
Wow. You know, kind of from start to finish, obviously, you know, once the outgoing head coach lets us know that they're going to be leaving, then we start the paperwork and all that, and do the behind-the-scenes logistics from an HR perspective, and then we've been able to move forward relatively quickly with the posting, and there've been national searches, and you know, you tap your resources to athletic directors or individuals throughout the country that you know, and you know, we kind of open it up and let it go from there. We have a very open search process, equity across the board, and we're looking for the best people, the fit for our program. We try to look at it from a diverse perspective, gender, all of that, in order to make sure we're doing the right things for our institution and our program. And then once we do the initial screening and bring them to campus, these individuals go through a very rigorous process. They're here on campus all day, and they meet a number of different people, and I get a lot of feedback from those individuals, and then from that perspective, from that point forward, I'm able to make a decision. So
for all those coaches that are ready to begin their career here at MSU Denver, what do you tell them about the culture of this university?
This university is outstanding. It's all about student experience, and then obviously that translates into athletic department for student athlete experience. The institution is continually growing, impacting the community at a high level, engaging our students and helping them grow and develop, providing experiences for them to get jobs and be productive members of society. And our athletic department mirrors the mission of the institution. So we're bringing in individuals that, again, as I said before, are going to help us win, but they're also going to help drive us forward in developing outstanding human beings.
So this past July, the volleyball team ventured to Nicaragua, and you were able to go on that trip. So kind of talk about that and how great it was to see our athletes, take part in something other than volleyball.
It was an amazing experience. We talk a lot about how in athletics we are able to impact the lives of those who are around us. And going to a country like Nicaragua with a language barrier, in a different culture, different environment, it's amazing how athletics can break through those barriers. It's that common language. And the student athletes that went on the trip were absolutely amazing. They were open to the different experiences. They jumped right in, and they could see firsthand how their presence and their just being there shaped the lives of the people that they came into contact with. I said this before, I'm extremely proud of our student athletes, and it's been a wonderful experience not only for them, but for me as well.
That's awesome.
So yesterday you guys hosted the barbecue over there at the Regency Athletic Complex. Tell us how that went with all the student athletes being there, and how excited were you for that?
I love the barbecue. One, I like to eat, so that was fun.
Who doesn't, right?
Exactly, right? But to get all the student athletes back on campus, there's so much energy. And that's what you missed over the summer. You do a lot of the administrative behind-the-scenes work for us. We were doing a lot of hiring and things like that. But what makes my job fun is to engaging with the student athletes. So as soon as they came into the Regency Athletic Complex and they were all there with their blue on and taking the picture and all that, it was just so much fun, and it just got me energized moving into the year.
Yeah. So you and the athletics department are going to host the first Roadrunners luncheon at Brooklands at noon. So for those who don't know or haven't been, can you give us kind of a preview or what's going to be going on there?
Yeah, the Roadrunner luncheons are really a great opportunity for our coaches, our student athletes, and our supporters, whether faculty, staff, alumni, to just come and visit, eat a little bit, and hear from the coaches and the student athletes and find out what's going on in their respective seasons. And it gives the folks kind of a little bit more removed from athletics the opportunity to get a little bit more insight into the daily lives of the student athletes. They find out what their majors are, what their interests are, little quirky things about them. And it really shows, what type of person or what type of people they are. And I think it's great to expand our message and our brand out into the campus community and beyond.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Well, Dr. Grant, thanks so much for coming on the show. We wish you the best of luck and the rest of the athletic staff for this upcoming season. Don't go anywhere because we have head coach Jenny Glenn coming up next.
Some students come to Metropolitan State University of Denver to find their future. Others look to sharpen their current skills. In the case of David Thibodeau, it was both. Our faculty helped fuel his entrepreneurial spirit while encouraging him to pursue his personal passions. These two talents came together in Ska Brewing Company, which he co-founded in 1998 in Durango, and is considered one of the top up-and-coming Colorado companies.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II, but we're especially proud of our commitment to Make-A-Wish.
Division II student athletes have led a 10-year initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $3 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted. We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
I'm Anthony Grant, Director of Athletics at MSU Denver.
It's because of your generosity and support that our athletic programs have been able to achieve sustained success and continue to be one of the top athletic departments in the nation.
And you're watching the Coach's Corner. Get rowdy.
Welcome back, guys. Before we speak to Miss Jenny Glenn, we are going to tell you about a cool event happening here at the Tivoli Tap House next week, Wednesday and Thursday. All day you'll be able to come and play a cornhole tournament. Just grab a team of 2, and if you win, you get a free round of beer if you're over 21, and if you're under 21, you get a free round of water.
Or lemonade.
Whatever works.
But in our case, if we're partners, we're probably going to get that beer, right?
Yeah, I win. This is kind of gold right here. All right, well, we are back here on the Coach's Corner, and joining us is head coach Jenny Glenn. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
How you been?
Great.
So last year was an amazing year for you guys. You went undefeated in conference play, won the regular season championship, and you went all the way to the Sweet 16. Looking back and seeing what you accomplished in your very first season here, were you surprised of how quickly the success came?
Well, I had a great group of girls, you know, some veteran players and some seniors that really were great leaders. And the great thing about it all was that I got here and they said, you know, I said, this is what I want you to do, and they just all jumped on board. So that made it my job a lot easier last year when everybody was rowing in the same direction early on.
So last year you guys had an amazing season, but how do you tell your returners to turn the page? It's going to be a new year with new challenges, and that's going to be a different season.
Yeah, I think it's always challenging to not compare it to the previous year. You know, we talk a lot about we're Team 49 now. That was Team 48. And what's our story going to be? And it's going to look different. You know, we have 7 newcomers to add to our 8 returners, and so we look different on the court. Our style of play will be slightly different, and we just got to keep moving forward. I think our returners are hungry for an Elite 8 berth, and they see, you know, how close we were last year, and learned a lot through last year, and are ready to see what this group can do.
So as you mentioned, 8 returners, 7 new faces. Now that's the start of the season, what are the new things that you're telling your new players about Roadrunner volleyball?
Yeah, we've spent a lot of time, you know, in the spring we talked with our returners a lot about setting our culture and how important our foundation is with 7 new people coming in, and they've done an excellent job of just educating and just bringing them into the family quickly. We have 6 pillars that we live by, and you know, I think any one of our returners can say it all, you know, to each newcomer and with conviction and really understand what we're about here, and that makes it easy for them to carry that on to the next group.
So chemistry is an important part of a team, and I know you guys bonded over that trip to Nicaragua with the old players and the new players as well. Yeah. So talk to us about what you guys did over there and what the players got out of it and what you got out of it as well.
Yeah, it was an amazing trip. I couldn't ask for more from the trip, from this group. We did have a couple of our seniors from last year, but pretty much everybody else was this year's team. So, you know, not only, you know, I asked them to not complain about it being hot or the food we were going to eat, or just to be kind of tough through that and not focus on the things we can't control, but what we can. And they did an excellent job with that. I didn't hear a single complaint in 7 days from this group. So not only that, but we got opportunity to get on the court against the Nicaragua national team and learn a little bit about who we are, give us a jump start on our season. And you know, the bonding process happened super fast for this group because of that trip.
So coming up on the show, we'll get to talk with junior middle blocker Stephanie Laraway. So kind of talk about what kind of player she is and what you expect this season from her.
I think Steph is going to have a breakthrough year. She just, you know, the jump from last year to this year, even in the off-season training, she's worked really hard in the summer just to become a more physical player. And I think you're going to see a beast of a blocker when she is at the net, just taking control of the match from there. And you know, her offense is really coming along too. We're adjusting to new setter and our system and what that's going to look like. But I think you're going to see a whole new player from her this year.
Awesome.
So this upcoming weekend, you guys host the annual alumni game. So how fun would it be to watch your team go against the former DS, Amy Watanabe?
Well, it's always a little wild when Amy's on the other side, but you know, it's always fun. Yeah. You know, to see our seniors from last year on the other side of the net, and you know, hopefully we don't drop any sets to them, but it's always nice to, you know, have all the alums back and they just get a chance to see what the program is now and also kind of give that legacy to our current team and really rich tradition that this place has.
All right, Coach. Well, I'm going to go back and talk about Nicaragua because you mentioned food, and I'm a girl who loves food.
Okay.
So what kind of So what kind of food did you guys eat? Or like, what was kind of like the culture's like food there? I guess.
Rice and beans and plantains.
Oh, okay.
No, they did a really good, they did a really good job of changing our meals up, so we never got sick of it. But we had some amazing food. We had local people cooking us food. We were at restaurants, and so we got a nice mix of everything.
Yeah.
We had some burritos and chicken, and just every meal was different.
Yeah.
So
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, and what about the aspect of working with the kids in Nicaragua? How was that?
Oh, it was amazing. Our girls did an awesome job of just jumping in wherever we were. We, spent time at a place where disabled people come and work. We went to a preschool. We did a volleyball clinic, for volleyball girls that play volleyball. And so we just had a lot of opportunities to play soccer with the local kids. And it was really cool. The Nicaraguan people are full of joy. And so we really were blessed by it, maybe even more than they were.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you taking the time to come hang out with us tonight.
Absolutely.
We wish you the best of luck this season.
Thank you.
So don't go anywhere because we have more volleyball talk coming up, and we will introduce middle blocker Stephanie Laraway coming up next.
Metropolitan State University of Denver nurtures student aspiration and empowers lifelong success through personal attention and professional experience in an inclusive environment. Located in the heart of downtown Denver, the university offers broad access to a transformative undergraduate and graduate education on Colorado's most diverse college campus. And as a gateway to opportunity, MSU Denver advances the intellectual, social, cultural, and economic well-being of Denver and beyond.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Enough. Yeah, I'm over it.
We shouldn't need commercials to tell you we're powerful.
No thanks.
Genders don't play sports. Athletes do.
Hola, I'm Jackie Lopez, senior libero from the women's volleyball team.
Joust at the net. Great job there by Lopez. Come diving in.
And you're watching Coach's Corner. Get rowdy. I'm Basachi Fiatoa, senior middle blocker from Roadrunners volleyball team.
Excuse me, Gabby Varela. And hard hit there by Fiatoa, kind of coming out of nowhere.
And you're watching Coach's Corner. Get rowdy.
Welcome back, and we are excited to tell you about another great Tap House event and Jenna Benefits Show this Saturday on August 26th. The show will go toward Jenna Baker's kidney transplant, and donations will be accepted at the door. The donations will be your fee into the event, and it will show the feature great music from Edison Dime Denver's The Wildflowers band in Japan. The show starts at 3 p.m. and will last until 7 p.m. and beer will be donated by the Tap House for your enjoyment. Such a great event, and you can find out more info at TivoliBrewingCO.com. And now we welcome in Stephanie Laraway, the junior middle blocker from our volleyball team. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me.
So talk to us about how fun last year's season was, from going undefeated in the RMAC to winning the regular season championship, reaching Sweet 16. Like, it must have been like quite the ride.
Yeah, it was definitely a season to remember. Definitely not a lot of teams get to say that they did that. Undefeated in season, being able to play with such amazing players and just growing the game, it was a great experience, yeah.
So this year you guys welcome in 7 new players, and you've been on the squad for 3 years, so you're like one of the veterans. So what do you tell the incoming players about the style of Roadrunner volleyball?
What I tell them the most is trust the process. That's one of our biggest things, because coming in there's a lot that they're worried about, concerned about, just wanting to be playing at a high level. So I just tell them, just keep grinding, work hard, and know that it's gonna work out. And
for those incoming players, what is like one of the hardest things from high school to transition from high school to a college?
I think probably the pace of the game. It's a lot faster. There's a lot more things that you have to communicate about, and it's mostly pace of the game for sure. Yeah.
So your team had, a huge privilege to visit Nicaragua over the summer. So can you tell us what you guys did and what you learned down there?
Yeah, it was a service event as well as we played the Nicaragua national team. So it was really cool event. We did 3 community service projects while we were there, and we also played the Nicaragua national team 3 times. So there were 3 different places we went to. One was Manos Unidos, and it was a place for adults with disabilities. So it was really cool. We got to see them make bags, develop an income. So that was really cool. And we also went to a women's cooperative. That was another cool event. And then we got to play the national team. That was awesome. And we also ran some clinics. So a lot of stuff we did, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
So how was it like dealing with the children down there?
The children?
Yeah.
I had so much fun with them. They're just so full of joy. The hardest part was the language barrier, because like not being able to communicate was like so hard. But it was, we figured it out. Like, hey, emotions and stuff. Like, hey, like pass like this. Here's your platform. But it was really cool to interact with them. They don't have a lot, and they're so happy. And so for me, that was huge. Yeah, it was cool.
Tell us a little bit more about the experience when you got to play Nicaragua's volleyball team. Like, I know you guys are like used to traveling and playing RMAC and stuff, but how was it playing a whole different team you've never seen before?
It was a cool experience. I think the biggest thing was just the conditions, just the different gyms and facilities that we're at. Like the first night, we were like 200 feet from the beach, and it was a concrete court, open air, like just not what we're used to, but a cool experience for sure. Just something different. They have a little bit different style, so that was cool to play against. But yeah.
So how does that help you to like prepare for the RMAC teams?
Oh, the experience in Nicaragua? Yeah. I think just being open to different styles of play, you have to communicate a lot more. And the fact that we had that experience and we got to grow as a team, not a lot of teams got to do that. You know what I mean? Get experience before season. So I think that it really brought us together and pointed out some things that we need to work on and some of our strengths. So yeah, excited for season.
So kind of, switching the topic a little bit, you're local, grew up in Lakewood. Yeah. So you may be familiar with MSU Denver sports, but what made you want to choose MSU Denver?
For me, I think it was just the level of discipline and expectations athletic-wise, just the history, like success. There's so much success in urban athletics, and I was really drawn to that. And also, I love the location. Downtown Denver City. Yeah. It's beautiful, and I love the girls. I came here and I love the team, and I was like, this is where I want to be.
So it says on your profile at roadrunnersathletics.com that you're majoring in business management.
Yes.
So what do you plan to do with that after your career here?
I'm not entirely sure what I want to do, but I would really love to do something in nonprofit, so community advocate, something in that area. So I'm not sure exactly what, but that's kind of the direction that I'm looking towards.
All right.
Yeah.
So Coach Jenny Glenn is going to enter her second year here. Kind of talk about what she did last year and the kind of success she brought to your guys' team and how you guys hope to carry that over for this season.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things she brought was structure. Just really high expectations and drilling home certain things that we're going to be about. And I think she did a great job of laying the foundation, and I think this year is going to be great. We have a lot of really great players, and we have a really strong foundation, and we can only go up from here.
And what do you think is the difference from last year and to this year?
This year, we have a lot of new players, so that's a big one. I think we have a lot more depth this year, so that's going to be interesting. We have a lot of competition between positions, so that'll be a lot of fun to see. But I mean, we're still the same competitive team, and we're still going to work hard. So.
All right, Stephanie. So word on the street is you have a twin sister.
I do have a twin sister.
Between us and whoever's watching live TV, who is the more athletically talented?
Oh my goodness!
If you guys were to go one-on-one or spikes, who's taking it away?
Well, she doesn't play volleyball.
Oh, okay,
so if we're doing volleyball, I mean, I would probably win.
So what does she play?
She's a runner.
Right.
Yeah. So if we did anything distance, she would kill me. Yeah. She would definitely take that one. But yeah, I'd say we're both equally athletic.
Oh, that's not fun. Just kidding. So, well, we appreciate you so much for coming out on the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. We wish you the best of luck this season. So before we get out of here, let's tell you guys what's coming up this week in Roadrunner Sports. We mentioned with Dr. Grant that the first Roadrunner Luncheon takes place this Tuesday at noon at Brooklands. For only $10, you get a great meal and you'll get to chat with our coaches as they get ready for the 2017-2018 season. On Friday, our men's soccer team will take on CSU Pueblo in a scrimmage that will take place in Pueblo and will start at 7:30.
And on Saturday, our men's soccer team, our women's soccer team, and our volleyball team will be hosting their annual alumni games. It's open to the public, and it's a great way to see the current players in action while seeing some of the former players come back to see if they still have it. Women's soccer starts at 4 at the Regency Athletic Complex, followed by the men at 6, while volleyball will get started at 5 p.m. at the Auraria Event Center.
So, before we let you go, one more question. How much do you just want to spike a ball on assistant coach Amy Wannabe this Saturday at the alumni game?
Oh, so bad. Yeah, we're definitely super competitive, especially with Amy, and so I'm excited. It's going to be good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Coaches Corner. You can catch the replay on the Twitter page at Metro ST Sports and on our Facebook page at Metro State Roadrunners. For Dr. Grant, Coach Glenn, Stephanie Laraway, and Juan Arellano, I'm Celeste Zubia, and we'll see you next time for more high-flying Roadrunner action.
I pledge.
I pledge.
I pledge.
To identify situations in which sexual assault may occur.
To recognize that non-consensual sex is sexual assault.
I pledge.
I pledge. To create an environment in which sexual assault is unacceptable and survivors are supported.
To intervene in situations where consent has not or cannot be given.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II, but we're especially proud of our commitment to Make-A-Wish.
Division II student athletes have led a 10-year initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $3 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted. We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
There are over 480,000 college athletes. Only 2% would go pro.
That means over 470,000 will not get a shoe contract. No autographs. No private jets. No fan clubs. No Hall of Fame inductions. Instead, they will walk away with something much more valuable.
Since 1909, the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference has been a leader in collegiate athletics, with campuses in some of the most scenic areas in the United States. And now in Salt Lake City, Utah, and Rapid City, South Dakota, the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference, competition elevated.